A hypothetical exhibition, humor and awe, an exploration on the purpose and features of Japanese masks throughout history, presented by Whitney. How do humans depict the comical, monstrous, or divine? How can a normal human strike fear or whimsy without changing one's own face? Masks. Masks have been seen throughout Japan's history, in religious practices, dance, theater, and even war. From monks to samurai, masks had purposes in all walks of life. They can also be functional, becoming items that exist in the shape of a mask, but used for other purposes. This exhibit will explore the purpose of masks and the context that define them. Come and explore the history of masks, from early civilization into the modern day. The first mask we will look at is from the Jomon period, one of the earliest periods of civilization in Japan, in which stationary homes were developed. It is also a time in which coil pottery techniques were created, leading to this clay mask from the Tokyo Museum. The small mask may have been a figurine or been used for a vessel lid. The mask features oval-shaped eyes with textured eyelids and eyebrows, as well as pronounced rims around the eyes and lips. It is made of a light brown clay that was blackened by smoke during firing. Key markers include the use of spirals around the face in the Kameoka style and the Angyo style three-point motif, which emphasizes the nose and mouth. The piece was decorated with coils, as seen around the mouth and forehead, which is a common pottery method at the time. Second mask is a Gigaku mask from the Nara period. It is currently housed at the Kimball Art Museum. This mask is a Karura, a mythical humanoid bird who was a follower of the Buddha, and is made through a process called Dakatsu Kanshitsu, which resulted in a multicolored lacquered wood. The face has characteristics of a rooster, with a top comb, a wattle around the nose and cheeks, and a short beak-like nose. One of the most special features is the deliberate holes drilled at the top of the mask, which held a mane of hair. This expressive mask was utilized in Gigaku, a dance-based Buddhist drama performed at temples. Next, we will be looking at a Bugaku mask from the Heian period, currently owned by the Metropolitan Museum of Art. This red and black carved mask was used in Bugaku, a traditional performative dance. It depicts a warrior known as Sanju, one of many characters, who was defined by a red face. Bugaku was only performed for nobility, and unlike Gigaku, it included Buddhist and Shinto references. Like the previous mask, the small round eyes are emphasized by larger, almond-shaped indent-like eyelids, large downward-facing eyebrows, and an immovable but open mouth. However, this face is more human through high round cheeks, a large nose, and flat teeth. The fourth mask we will look at is an early Bugaku mask depicting a dragon. It was carved from wood and then delicately painted with multicolors. Bugaku was a court dance, and the dragon dance was usually performed simultaneously by dragon pairs. Holes around the eyes, forehead, and mouth were filled with hair to create dramatic eyebrows, bangs, and whiskers, which were the main features of the dragon. The unhinged jaw creates the appearance of a larger mouth and would have included at least one set of long fangs. This interesting mask was colored a green or blue, with red lips and wider gold accents around the eyes and teeth. Interestingly, the eyes resemble a chameleon with ridged cone-like eyelids, and the forehead, large nose, cheeks, and mouth have carved ridges that emphasize the intensity of the expression. Next, we enter into the world of No. This mask is from the Nabokucho, or Muromachi period. It is made of lacquered wood. This oval-shaped mask may have represented a waka ono, or a young woman, in a woman's no play. No is developed from older forms of Chinese and Japanese dance, and is performed on a square wood-roofed stage. The mask's expression was often neutral to portray many emotions throughout a performance. The mask's lips are thin, slightly open, which reveal blackened front teeth and space for the performer to speak through. Like other forms of Japanese theater, particular masks were used to inform the audience of a performer's part. Female characters were defined by high eyebrows, half-oval eyes, a soft round chin, wide nose, and an arch of painted black hair. Alongside no performances were short comedic performances known as kyogen, where this next wooden lacquer mask would have been used. It was made in the 17th century and is inscribed by the artist Tenkaichi Taiko, who died in 1616, but not much else is known about the artist. This mask depicts an old man, who might have been known as Kojo, and the mask would have been used in such performances. Gyogen is a comedic interlude performed between no acts, and was used as a humorous palate cleanser for the audience. Taiko emphasized age through a mouth of missing teeth, faux wiry hair around the chin and cheeks, a smooth bald head, and deep wrinkles around the mouth and forehead. He also utilized wood carving to create thin eyebrows alongside S-curved eyelids. On to the Edo period, where samurai were prevalent and regional strife was commonplace. This mask with the neck guard was made by Myojin Munetsu. It was made up of iron, lacquer, gold, leather, and textile. This mask is also known as somen, or full mask. It would have been one piece of a larger set of armor worn by a samurai. The purpose was twofold: to protect the face and neck, and to intimidate the enemy. One interesting characteristic is the use of swirls, heavy wrinkles, and circular eye holes as seen in previous mask pieces, though this one was used in a combative scenario. Alongside the fearsome samurai mask is this humorous yet intimidating creature known as the tengu. This lacquered wood mask depicts a tengu, also known as a crow demon, which can be found in Shinto and Buddhist mythology. Key features of the tengu are its bright red face, very long nose, and large black eyebrows. Unlike some other demon masks, there is no place to add hair into this mask's frame. It is possible that this piece may have been decorative rather than a performance tool, as the X-ray shows no sign of a place to attach this mask to the wearer. On to the Meiji period, which was a time of cultural upheaval as the upper classes embraced Western culture. This small comedic mask would have been used to attach a pouch or accessory to an obi. Small decorative pieces like this one are known as netsuke and are not limited in what they can portray. The figure shown in this piece is a comical clown-like character known as the one-eyed Kyokoto, or Whistler. Defining characteristics of the character are a cloth wrapping around the head, stubble, exaggerated puckered lips, one winking eye, a very round open eye, and forehead wrinkles. These features were made with a variety of small carving tools and lacquer. One might assume that historical mask making would be lost in the modern period, but Bido Yamaguchi is one of many artists who has kept the traditions alive. This mask, called edobe, is made of Japanese cypress, seashell, natural pigment, and lacquer, which are all natural materials that past artists would have had access to. Bido trained in traditional no-mask carving, and he uses that skill to recreate famous portraits through dimensional masks. He has a strong attention to detail and even included stray hairs in his mask. The mask is based on a famous print by Toshusai Saraku called Kabuki Actor Otani Oniji as Yako Edobe. Bido masterfully recreated the prints and features. Interestingly, kabuki is one theater form in which masks are not used. Rather, makeup is worn to represent the character. In conclusion, Japanese masks have a long history, and it is an interconnected one in which one phase of theater or art reflects and enhances the next. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation and wish to learn more about masks in the future. Thank you very much for listening.